we all know that the world of wildlife is a place of constant struggle for survival. Sometimes animal fights are more epic than Hollywood action movies. There is a constant rivalry between predators, whether they are huge tigers or fast mongooses. They have to fight for territory and prey. At the same time, herbivorous animals can also be excellent fighters who are capable of feats to save their lives. When an elephant or a rhinoceros shows all its abilities, their power is felt even through the screen. I have to say that the most striking thing is the extreme concentration, fearlessness, and cunning of the fighters of the animal world. The whole possible arsenal goes into action: claws, fangs, horns, and even various grapples and throws that resemble techniques from martial arts. The main thing is the ability to improvise and find a way out of the most difficult situations. The passion with which animals fight for their future inspires us humans to not give up. The lions boldly attacked the crocodile. As you can see, the reptile almost tore off the female's paw and almost bit into the lion's face. This cooled the ardor of the big cats. The duel between two giant monitor lizards resembles Greco-Roman wrestling, only here the athletes use their tails. This adult baby rhino decided to sort things out with a large male, but it immediately realized that it was involved in an unequal battle. This is a real fusion of character and aggression. This huge reptile leaves the battlefield. Sometimes drive, bravery, and fortitude are more important than brute force. To protect the owners, the dog scared off an adult grizzly. Snakes are the favorite prey of birds of prey. Trapped in these powerful sharp claws, the reptile is doomed. Being small does not mean being timid. This kangaroo has shown that it can easily stand up for itself. It needs to either fight or run. The cat made the right choice. To escape from a larger rival, a young bear climbed to the very top of the tree. The thin trunk just won't hold such a big beast. A smaller bear understands this. In this video, everything turned out to be the opposite, but the result was not long in coming. The honey badger clearly made a mistake in its calculations when it decided to attack a large oryx. Against such horns, it's hard to do something. Apparently, there will be a new leader in this yard soon. This bear was attacked by a local dog in search of food. Apparently, the desire to come here again will forever disappear. Such a fight is more like an exotic dance. Snake fights are always unique. The wildebeest had no chance of escape either. After a short resistance, it gave up. The prospect of clashing with wolves was clearly not part of this bear's plans. Excellent tree climbing skills were definitely useful to it. This is footage of an incredible Mexican falcon attack. The blow is so strong and accurate that it leaves the victim with no chance of salvation. This is unique footage of a jaguar hunting a capybara. The action takes place on the banks of the Coiba River in the Brazilian state of Mato Grosso. Perhaps it is difficult to imagine a more aesthetic confrontation than the fight between two wild horses. To resist such an attack on the edge of a cliff is not an easy task. I think this battle ended before it even started. Probably zookeepers often worry about their pets, especially when there are such aggressive individuals among them. After being trapped, this wildebeest could not escape the attack of a lone lioness. Visitors to the Kruger National Park in South Africa were lucky enough to observe an unusual scene. These hippos attacked a male lion basking on a rock. The predator had no choice but to flee. The duel of two bulls began right in the market. They tried to cool them with water, but it seems that the animals got carried away with such a show. The gopher is not going to tolerate such a thing. Even if the creature is dealing with a huge dog, the holes of gophers are inviolable. The bull did not want to fight, but when the dog tried to bite its muzzle, the horned one sent it flying. The leader of the gorillas decided to teach the impudent kinsman a lesson with a spectacular throw. You don't see this very often in the world of pro wrestling. As you can see, even a tiger can become the target of an ordinary goose attack. However, only a small one. Fights between cuttlefish can't be called anything else but special effects show. The guanaco is much larger than the cougar. These animals have a cool disposition and are not shy. Nevertheless, the predatory cat conducts an attacking maneuver. The real drama played can be seen in these frames. The female giraffe manages to repel the attacks of hungry lionesses for a while, but the instinct of self-preservation takes over, and the cub can no longer be saved. It is unlikely that the owner of these bulls expected that they would make such a mess in the yard, especially with damage to the buildings. This donkey is called Miguel, and it has a very cool temper. A group of baboons settled down on the road and nothing foreshadowed trouble until their perfect situation was disrupted by an angry leopard. Nothing foreshadowed trouble for the octopus when suddenly a moray eel appeared out of nowhere and mercilessly began to attack it. The battles of these giants, weighing more than 1.5 tons, are among the most impressive in the wild. During the mating season, males fight over females. The lioness was hiding, waiting for the right moment to attack the herd of buffaloes, but the situation began to develop in a completely opposite way. In a matter of seconds, the predator turned from an aggressor into a victim. The idyll and peace on the pond are suddenly interrupted by a lightning attack by a seagull. The duck has to make a lot of effort to drive away the offender and protect the babies. When sorting things out, even the fence did not become an obstacle for these two sheep. This pride of lions surrounded the rhino. The 3-ton giant is spinning around and trying to scatter the predators. The lions attacked deftly, but the rhinoceros escapes into the bush where it cannot be surrounded, so it's saved. Swans often ruin the nests of other coastal birds, but it was a mistake to mess with this duck. It attacked a larger bird both on land and on water. The kangaroos decided to arrange a kickboxing masterclass and started the fight right at the campsite. The exchange of blows ended in a game of staring. The snake tries to intimidate the mongoose by hovering over it, but the beast's high leap almost cost the reptile its head. Mongooses know no fear. The crocodile got so carried away chasing a pigeon that it accidentally grabbed not a bird, but a relative. The second reptile was shocked, but it did not remain silent. The tiger tried to attack the buffalo from behind, but the horned beast scared off the predator. When the tiger was ready to fight again, the cunning bull had already escaped. The cheetah wanted to attack the leopard, but it turned around and showed the aggressor who was the real boss here. It was a huge mistake to think that such a battle was going to be easy. On the contrary, the peacock dominated the larger aggressor. This monitor lizard could defeat a lapwing with one bite, but a smart bird spreads its wings, attacks, and scares off the predator. Warthogs are not as peaceful animals as we think they are. These inhabitants of the African continent are ferocious and merciless. This curious baby rhino, apparently unaware of the danger, decided to feel the force of the giraffe's hoof strike. The fox, after a successful taunt, after a successful hunt turned into a victim being attacked with lightning speed by a large bald eagle. Pay attention to how these giraffes use their necks in battles, and what a strange and comedic ending it turns out to be. In one of the cities of Alaska, two large moose decided to sort things out in the middle of the street. Now take a look at the fight between a rooster and a peacock. What could be more exotic? What is the most important thing in the relationship between a cat and a dog? That's right, it's stability. Three wolves tried to surround the deer, but aggressive resistance and branched horns helped the ungulate to protect itself. A clever mongoose used a new tactic. It attacked the snake from hiding. The lioness caught the warthog, but the rest of the ungulates did not leave their relative. Together, they put the larger cat to flight. What do you think? Will two leopards be able to cope with such a horde of angry baboons? Share your opinion in the comments below. This is another shot of a vivid confrontation on the sea expanses. This time, the snake was the victim of the moray eel. There can be only one owner in the pond. Even taking into account the fact that the elephant lives on land, at this moment, two of them cannot get along in the water element. This French bulldog, weighing only 10 kilograms, lives in Monrovia, California. His name is Jules, and he became a real family hero, bravely fighting two bears that wandered into his yard. The tranquility of an African body of water is always deceptive. Danger can be waiting for you at any moment. A pack of hyena-like dogs attacked a kudu antelope in one of the reserves of South Africa. Despite the numerical advantage, the success of the predatory pack is in great doubt. Two bulls decided to sort things out right in the parking lot of one of the cities in the western part of India. Fights between female gorillas occur quite often. When the fight takes too long, the head of the pack intervenes. Serious passions in the style of the best Hollywood action movies flared up in the northern part of Alberta, a state of Canada. An eyewitness driving by car saw a black bear on the side of the road near the forest, engaged in a fierce battle with a beaver. The animal world is harsh and unpredictable. Even when one danger is already over, another, no less expected and merciless, is waiting for the victim again. The hierarchy of the largest representatives of modern primates, gorillas, is expressed no less vividly than in the lion pride. The alpha male always strictly keeps order in his territory. Truly amazing things can happen in the animal world. This lioness protects the baby antelope from other lionesses of the pride. This hungry cougar visited a private house. The predator began to inspect the dwelling through the glass door and attracted the cat's attention. The pet was not afraid of the uninvited guest and tried to drive it away. The Tibetan yak started such a vivid conversation. Australian fishermen filmed with the help of a drone how a giant crocodile drags an entire cow carcass along the Ora River in Kimberley. The camera chases the reptile along the way while the monster drags its victim. It is unlikely that such a large bird as an ostrich can be eaten by a cheetah. Nevertheless, the predatory cat does not give up trying to attack it. This zebra clearly does not feel joy from the persistent courtship of the donkey. Just a few hoofbeats make it clear to it that it should stop trying. Two hyenas have chosen a baby rhino as their prey. However, their efforts do not bring results since the mother aggressively defends itself and leaves no chance for predators. Tourists captured amazing footage. This group of dolphins was suddenly attacked by a killer whale. It is difficult to guess what caused the zebra to attack someone else's cub, but pay attention to the aggression with which its mother protects the child. A ferocious lion turns out to be absolutely powerless in front of a crocodile while in the water. In the conditions of the water element, its attempts to save its life are almost useless. Confrontations between friendly deer can be quite often observed in Canada. This gecko fought off the annoying snake for a long time but fell into a bucket of water. Perhaps this is the best escape in this situation. The impala clearly did not expect such impudence and showed the honey badger that it had come to the wrong place. This cat boldly shows its abuser that it is the boss here, but the iguana with a sharp slap on the nose discourages the cat from any desire to continue this fight further. It was hardly a good idea to clash with two camels. Despite their peaceful disposition, these animals have very strong jaws. What do you think? In such a fight, who has the best chance? A buffalo or a bull? This footage was shot in Romania. The bear delicately avoided a fight with a huge dog that was fearlessly defending its owner. A sharp sense of smell is one of the main tools of a predator. Even a warthog hiding deep in the mud becomes easy prey. These animals have critically little time to cross the water barrier. Crocodiles never miss such a chance. The joy of the upcoming meal did not last long. The persistent bird of prey brazenly intercepted such a delicate meal. The wild boar in this photo rushed at the Criollo house. The impact of powerful hooves in a few seconds will make it regret it. Even a couple of seconds can decide everything. The cheetah's decision to attack the cub was not successful. The antelope aggressively made it clear to the aggressor that the prey was too much for it. A pack of hyena-like dogs at the reservoir came face to face with an elephant, which showed them who the boss was here with all its menacing appearance. The battles of sea elephants are no less impressive than the battles of ordinary ones. These giants, weighing up to 5 tons, fight for a long time and often with fatal consequences. The fights between grizzly bears are no less impressive. Tourists often have to watch them. The unequal confrontation between a sloth bear and 2 tigers was captured by tourists in the Ranthambore National Park in India. The real fight unfolds in this video. A pack of hyenas ruthlessly attacks a lone male lion. A pack of chimpanzees notices their danger in time, notifying all their relatives about it. By using such a collective approach, the unexpected guest was driven into the pond. Curiosity often does not just fail, but also turns into fatal consequences. The African jackal quickly approached the marabou stork and then firmly grabbed the victim by the neck. After a short struggle, the stork gave up. A similar plot develops in these frames. The lioness definitely did not expect such confidence from its opponent. If you thought hippos were non-aggressive and unwieldy, then these shots will convince you otherwise. It is not often that a shark attacks a stingray on the seashore. The dense aquatic vegetation played a cruel joke on a feathered one, while the predatory reptile used it as an advantage. A small hare manages to escape from a larger offender just by jumping over it. It's a good tactic, isn't it? It is extremely rare to see a fight between a white lion and a tiger. It happens only in conditions of artificial reservations. Is amazing. These inhabitants of North America are called bighorn sheep. Their main weapon is powerful horns with which they deal crushing blows to each other. Such a crocodile stranded on land is undoubtedly a vulnerable target. The lion pride did not fail to take advantage of this. However, such a prey is clearly not an easy one. Even though monkeys are fearless animals, they behave extremely carefully with such an unpredictable opponent. It is unlikely that this cat expected that such persistence would end with severe consequences. The rhinoceros beetle and the deer beetle are the real big guys in the insect world that you shouldn't mess with. Their strength is great and their temper is harsh, so who will win if two of these mighty giants come together? So gentlemen, place your bets. The Battle of Reactions. There is no other way to call this video. If you thought that only cats hunt rats, then you were definitely wrong. Attacking a hippopotamus, even with an entire pride, is not an easy task. It often ends in failure for its predators. No matter how intimidating a venomous spider may seem, a venomous scorpion is an even more terrifying thing. In the case of a single attack, and even against an entire herd of buffaloes, the consequences can be simply irreversible. If many people think that the cat is the owner of the house, then this is only until another owner appears in the house. A duel between two grizzlies of equal strength looks more brutal than a fight for the title of a world boxing champion. The animals strike, bite, fight, and grab each other. Well, in this case, we have not just an owner, but also a wonderful assistant. I think we have to highlight the importance of the cats. They know their business, but only when they want to do something.